Hi Geminis, and welcome to your November 2020 General Tarot Forecast. This is Sky here to talk to you about the energies coming up for your sign in the month of November. Thank you so much for coming by the channel, Geminis. I hope that you're feeling really good moving into this month. So actually the energies are looking really lovely for you. I'm thinking that you're going to feel much brighter with what you're doing. You're going to be feeling like there is a lot more light in your life. The darkness that you've kind of been experiencing will start to kind of wane out. And ultimately, I see you exiting the month of November in a much better place, okay? So getting from A to B, getting from, here to there, what's going to be coming up for you guys? So intuitively, I do feel frustration, okay? And I've felt this for most people this month. I do feel that there is a frustration that we're getting to the bottom of. I do feel that we're learning a little bit more about, what we really want to experience in life, what we really want to be going through, because we might have kind of tricked ourselves up a little bit there. We start the month with Mercury retrograde in Scorpio, and with still having Mars, Neptune, and Uranus and Chiron retrograde. And what that all says to me mixing together is that we've got to get our minds out of the gutter, and we've got to also heal a few things that feel good in the moment, but are not really working with us long term. So now we have Jupiter, Saturn, and Pluto direct in Capricorn, okay, Geminis? And what this means, especially for your sign, is that the long-term context really does come into view. Where does this job eventually take me? Where does this relationship eventually lead me? And what do I actually have right under my nose that could be contributing much more to my overall benevolence than I'm aware of? There's a little bit of a fear that I'm feeling that we need to tidy up this month, Gemini. Fear of failure, fear of making an error, fear of reaching that high, or feeling stuck in your current context. All of these things have to kind of be overcome, because there are some light, noble, and very receptive, teamwork-oriented, soulmate-oriented energies coming in for you here that you can kind of miss or pass by if there's a big fear of failure, a big fear of commitment, or a fear to have what abundance you already do have, okay? So first off, I'm thinking that you have to really congratulate yourself for how far you've come. It seems that something that you've been working on for a long time has now been questioned, where you're like, okay, was that degree worth getting? Was that, business or that job worth contributing so much time, money, and effort to? It's basically like a was it worth it time until the end of this year, until we get Jupiter and Saturn in your fellow air sign of Aquarius. We're asking, was it worth it? And 99.9% of the time, yes, it's worth it. What you have now has been worth it. Even if you had like the ending of a relationship or the change in a job, the experience is what gives you that new purpose. Even if you find errors or you find fault in where you've been, it has taken that to motivate you with what you now want. And I think that every single Gemini out there has got some incredible new plans or incredible new desires. And it's important to note those desires wouldn't exist without your context of the now. So we got to really, like every sign, but especially Gemini, has to get out of this like mentality that, oh no, I've wasted time. Oh no, I've done something in vain. Oh no, I've made an error and I wish I could go back in time and change it. We really have to overcome and evolve out of that mindset, because it took that to get us where we are now. Last thing I'll talk about before we get into the week to week for your sign, Gemini, is the need to let things be easier, okay? The need to simplify, the need to get things less heavy, okay? So what is heavy? What has been, that like feeling that you get throughout your body that's like, okay, this just isn't right. This just is not the context that I need. What is that really originating from? You could see that there's a host of addictions that have grown out of this like one unresolved memory, okay? Unresolved memories are coming up for you guys to the extent that, what you're eating, what you're taking part in, what you're consuming may just still be a distraction from something that happened years and years ago. And it seems that with these like really bright and especially like yellow cards, solar plexus cards coming up for you, the Empress, King of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles, and even Two of Cups, and a bit of Knight of Wands too. What I'm feeling is that you have to really start to shine so brightly and start to come to expect such abundance and benevolence that it almost like eradicates this meanness that you've experienced in the past. Okay, so what do I mean? This is going to be different for everybody, but I'm feeling that Scorpio season of 2020, naturally harmonizing with most of the other planets in the sky, gives us a bird's eye view into what really is still staining our energy that doesn't need to be here anymore. With Mercury retrograde in Scorpio, it says there's like a past pain or a past trauma. And, yeah, Gemini, maybe you're not the sign that's like most evocative of this type of thing, and your cards are very light and lovely, but I just want to talk and speak to those of you who are not feeling light and lovely and really offer you some solace here, because there's going to be solace for you in the month of November, and it's going to come through overcoming addictive mentality, seeing this old memory. I'm seeing some of you like walking through the snow. Okay, this is the psychic image that I keep getting, is like walking through snow, walking through ice, perhaps in a group or perhaps with different people. So what I'm going to interpret that as is having to go through difficult experiences or situations of limitation or lack of motivation with like a group of people, perhaps a family, perhaps different people, and having to make this a group mentality, going over a lot of cold, barren roads, without meaning. It's like, so any old traumas that are evocative of that, I think, are the ones that are still kind of having an impact, because I mean, that's oftentimes a psychic image that I'll see in addiction or in unhealthy coping mechanisms, is this walking through like the snow with a group of people. Is psychic image is what I see oftentimes, and what it usually, and this is what it usually means to me, is it's like we're masking over that feeling of futility, that feeling of haplessness. We're masking over that with something that doesn't feel futile anymore, something that feels warm or pleasurable or enjoyable, or brings us something that doesn't feel barren. So this to me feels to be the crux, and I hope that we've gotten into that as much as you guys need, but really work on that. And my suggestion about it is that it has to be looked at. Okay, we've got to see that. We've got to see, okay, yeah, that was barren, and I wanted that to be something that it never became. And maybe, yes, there was nobody there, and I had to go through that all alone and solitarily, but look at how much stronger I am now. Look at what I have on my own. Look at what I have gained, and look at what I have foraged in my own name and in my own solitude, okay? And try to really offset these old experiences with that. And I think 2020, just the year of 2020, has really helped a lot of us in this way, where we have had to see like what we're made of. We've had to see, what, just in the house or just inside we can accomplish and we can use to still grow. So with that, and with these difficulties we've had now, there should actually be a great opportunity to overcome a past difficulty that was similar. So as you move through all of that, Gemini, it like really starts to clean up your energy. You start to feel very purified. There are new people coming in. I could definitely see you guys meeting a soulmate or having romantic connection this month as you get out of that old, like sort of stained energy. Because you're going to be very much at like the forefront of things in the next year. So the entire year of 2020 for Gemini and Leo have a similarity here, because they're both the quincunx angle to Capricorn, and Capricorn is the most represented sign this year. It's a year of challenges for Gemini and Leo. It's a year of tests. It's a year of friction, a year of frustration, a year of healing from situations that we didn't even know were still looming over us. And you're almost through it, Gemini. You're almost at the finish line. And I'm so happy to see these light, lovely archetypes coming up for you in November, because it says to me that a lot of you've already done it. A lot of you've already overcome it. And a lot of you are just kind of now deciding how you want to experience life moving forward. So yeah, let's talk about experiencing life moving forward. And let's look at November in a more mundane sense, week to week, and see what's coming up. Okay, Gemini, so first week of November, you've got the Empress rooted down by 4 of Pentacles. Okay, so I think there's a bit of a split for Gemini, a bit of a tug of war when it comes to how I receive love or how I receive something given from the universe, and how I then hold on to it or how I then keep it. Because the Empress is all about that passive reception. I was talking a little bit about this in Taurus's reading as well. So for those of you with Taurus placements, definitely check out the Taurus reading. Yeah, you guys are being given something this month. You guys are being offered a new path or offered a reward even. And it's kind of a test, actually. So anything that you're getting in the first week of November, think about it this way. So if you suddenly get like a promotion, or if you suddenly get, I don't know, inheritance or some kind of like gift from the universe, like a new person comes in, you know, someone very attractive comes into your life. The Empress is about like very attractive people. How do you want to then react to it? How do you want to then have it? You know, how do you engage it? How do you keep it? If you were to like come into money, how do you spend it? You know, like it's a very strong testing time where Gemini, I feel, is really challenged to not get too frenetic with it, to not get too over energized or over like, oh my gosh, what can I do? What can I do? How can I change? How can I, you know, do this and do that? And that mercurial energy, again, your ruling planet of Mercury is retrograde until November 3rd. So in that week, it does go direct, but just keep in mind that it's really good to be slow paced with things, keeping things easy, keeping things safe, keeping things, you know, even like putting off certain decisions until after November 3rd is really good because especially for Gemini and Virgo, Mercury retrogrades are particularly significant. So week number 2, you have King of Swords rooted down by King of Pentacles. So very king-like energy. You are wanting to combine your very good mental dexterity. So yeah, all automatically by the second week, Gemini, you're feeling much more logically dexterous. You're feeling much more on your game. You're feeling much more back to yourself. So that's a really good validation to have. Like by the second week of November, you're feeling much more back to yourself. Love King of Swords energy for Geminis. One of the best cards for you guys to get. But with King of Pentacles rooting it down, it's saying that you do maybe have to start thinking about the material concerns. You have to start thinking about the cost of living, the cost of a certain pursuit, the cost of a certain path. And it's really important for you to weigh it carefully in the second week. Also, consultations, okay? King cards or any court cards can point to other people in your life. So it feels like very knowledgeable, very mature, wise, masculine energies might be coming into your life in the second week. So this could look like, you know, a great advisor, a great helper of some kind, a great aid. Okay, someone is coming to your aid perhaps in the second week. And that feels really nice because it does feel like you guys maybe need a second opinion or some kind of oversight into what you're doing. Week number 3, you have 2 of Cups rooted down by 9 of Pentacles. I really like that because you could meet like a soulmate in the third week. And the third week has been really chaotic for a lot of signs. It's been like so much 10 of Swords and crazy stuff coming up for that third week. But for you guys, it's very simple, very maybe even superstitious feeling. Sometimes 9 of Pentacles can be a superstitious card. But overall, it's like a new presence in your life. I'm not feeling that 2 of Cups is as much pointing at the relationship with self as it does sometimes. You know, here and there, we can look at 2 of Cups as the relationship with self, the relationship with our reflection. For you guys, I'm feeling much more intuitively that it's another person in your life. So you're really going to connect with somebody. Maybe you might make amends with somebody. You might heal a relationship. You might meet somebody new and feel like you're meeting a member of your soul tribe. And it's crazy that you never thought that you would meet somebody like this ever. Not to hype you guys up or get your hopes up, because not everybody, it totally depends on the situation, but it's really hard for some people karmically to afford a new person in their life right now. But for those of you who do have that new person coming in or can already relate to this, I would like to validate for you that it's probably really important and it's really going to be a light and great experience if you let it be. So with 9 of Pentacles reading it down, again, it's like you've got to ease into it. You've got to relax into it. It's not about controlling it. It's not about maneuvering it or making it something that it's not. Just relax into it. Let it be what it is. Try to be as comfortable as you can. You know, if you are dating or if you are connecting with other people, especially, it's not necessarily romance for all Geminis. This could be a friendship. This could be a colleague. This could be something. It's totally may and may not be romantic. But for any new relationship of any kind, comfort, relaxation, simplicity, nature, all of those things will support and build this relationship. So 4th week, you guys have Knight of Wands rooted down by 3 of Pentacles. Okay, so creativity in projects, creativity in teamwork. Okay, something about teamwork, something about group projects, something about building something with other people, building a family home, building some type of art, putting together some type of physical, tangible project is emphasized for you guys, and you're getting more and more creative with it. Knight of Wands is about taking your creativity to the next level. It's about pushing really hard and being really aspirational and ambitious even, perhaps like traveling too. So traveling as a team or traveling to different places to do some kind of project like building houses or something. There's something along those lines that I feel is coming up for certain Gemini people. And for all Geminis, I think that it is a need to just embrace the creative a little bit more. It's feeling like you're pretty still this month, which I like being still with things, like not having to get too frenetic, which is advisable this month. But by the 4th week, it kind of changes up and you can start to get more active. You can start to, commingle more or be with other people or connect and build up these relationships more strongly. And being fiery, being spontaneous, being enjoying and being solidly yourself, Because as you move through the 3rd week, you either met a new person or you worked on yourself, but one way or another, it's an evolution of the self nonetheless. So you're moving into the 4th week as a kind of redefined and different person, I would say, as it's appearing in this spread. So anyway, Gemini's really beautiful energy coming up for you in the month of November. I hope you've enjoyed the reading. Be sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel and hit the bell notifications. And like the video and comment below. Let me know how it resonated. I am going to be putting together an extended reading for you guys on Patreon. If you haven't joined yet, I'm going to look at a central theme and 2 supporting themes if you wanted to get more insight into your month. And I also do weekly forecasts that are exclusive to Patreon, so it's a great value. So anyway, Geminis, I'm going to jump over there now. It'll be linked below and in the center of your screen. Much love. Have a great month. Bye.